In this video, I'm going to be going out for a ride on my 5-litre V-Twin Flying Millyard. But before we go, I've got some pre-flight checks to do and a little bit of maintenance.
Let's dive right into the world of Alan Millyard. If we're talking about modern engineering legends, his name is right at the top of the list. What makes his story so incredibly compelling isn't just the sheer scale of the motorcycles he builds, but how his completely unfiltered, hands-on approach to sharing his craft has turned into a massive digital success. The genius in a suburban shed. Picture this. Instead of a multi-million-dollar fabrication facility packed with automated CNC machines, Millyard works his magic in a standard, unassuming home garage in Berkshire, England. He's a retired mechanical and nuclear engineer who tackles seemingly impossible mechanical puzzles using traditional, old-school hand tools. Give him a hacksaw, a manual lathe, some files, and a pillar drill, and he will literally cut engine crankcases in half to fuse them back together into something completely new. His golden rule? The factory look. When he rolls a finished bike out of his driveway, it doesn't look like a chopped-up custom job. It looks exactly like a highly polished prototype that a major manufacturer simply kept hidden from the public. Millyard initially made his name by playing Dr. Frankenstein with classic 1970s Kawasaki's. The Widowmaker two-strokes, he took Kawasaki's notoriously aggressive two-stroke triples like the H2 750 and added extra cylinders. By meticulously grafting engine cases together, he created flawless 5-cylinder 850cc and 1000cc versions that run perfectly. The V8s and V12s, moving up in scale to 4-strokes, he built a 1600cc V8 out of 2 banks of Kawasaki Z1 engines. He later outdid himself by building a staggering 2300cc V12 from 2 6-cylinder Kawasaki Z1300s. These bikes are so mechanically revered that they now live in the prestigious Barber Vintage Motorsport Museum in Alabama. Eventually, motorcycle engines just weren't big enough. Millyard started eyeing massive car and airplane power plants to see what he could cram into a 2-wheeled frame. The Millyard Viper V10. Imagine taking an 8-liter, 500-horsepower Dodge Viper V10 engine, which weighs 700 pounds on its own, and building a road-legal motorcycle around it. Millyard did exactly that. Using hydraulic ram components for the front subframe, he created a 1,200-pound beast that actually handles beautifully. In May 2023, he and television presenter Henry Cole even set a Guinness World Record for the fastest tandem motorcycle speed on it, hitting an incredible 183.50 miles per hour. The Flying Millyard. After winning a trophy for building the world's smallest V-twin using tiny 50cc Honda motors, Millyard promised to return the next year with the world's biggest. He sourced 2 massive cylinders from a Pratt & Whitney aircraft engine and scratch-built a colossal 5-liter V-twin motorcycle. It looks and sounds like it rolled straight out of a steampunk novel. What is truly fascinating about Millyard today is how he documents his ongoing projects, like his current multi-year teardown and rebuild of the notoriously complex Norton Nemesis V8. Navigating the YouTube Partner Program and building a sustainable monetized channel can be a massive challenge for any creator, but Millyard's channel thrives entirely on pure, unedited authenticity. There's no clickbait or overproduced drama. He simply turns the camera on, lays out his tools, and talks the viewer through his genuine problem-solving process. This raw, highly educational approach proves that providing real, high-value content without any unauthentic fluff or gimmicks is one of the absolute best ways to capture and retain a dedicated global audience. Like most creators, Alan Millyard keeps his exact YouTube earnings private, but we can make some highly educated estimates based on his channel's metrics. He currently has over 300,000 subscribers, and his videos consistently pull in anywhere from hundreds of thousands to over 1 million views. Because his content falls into the automotive and engineering niche, which generally attract a higher-paying demographic, his RPM, revenue per mille, or how much advertisers pay per 1,000 views, is likely quite healthy. For a channel of his size and viewership, estimated AdSense revenue typically ranges anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 plus per month, depending heavily on how frequently he uploads in a given period. It's also worth noting that his income isn't solely from YouTube ads. He also supplements his project funds through Patreon and merchandise sales, as well as his television work on the Motorbike Show and magazine columns. The good news is he hasn't stopped uploading. It can definitely feel like he disappears sometimes, but he is still very much active. In fact, he just uploaded a new video on February 19th, 2026, all about protecting motorcycles from rust and avoiding snake oil products. If you noticed a major drop-off in his upload schedule over the last year or two, there is a very practical reason for it. During his incredibly complex Norton Nemesis V8 rebuild, Millyard posted several updates to his community tab apologizing for the long wait between videos. He explained, "The one-man show dynamic. When you watch an Alan Millyard video, you aren't watching a produced TV show. There is no camera crew, no scriptwriter, and no dedicated video editor trying to splice together a storyline. It's literally just Alan in his garage with a camera on a tripod. If he needs a close-up of him hand-filing a custom bracket, he has to stop working, move the tripod, adjust the focus with greasy hands, and then get back to filing. He handles all the filming and editing himself, which means the production value is raw and unfiltered. That rawness is exactly what builds such deep trust with his audience. You feel like you're standing right there in the shed with him, learning over his shoulder." This is where Millyard really stands apart. Many creators feel the need to upload constantly to stay relevant, which often leads to rushing projects or exaggerating minor issues just to get a video out. Millyard completely ignores that pace. When he encounters a massive engineering hurdle, like realizing the Norton Nemesis V8 crankcases are fundamentally flawed and need total re-engineering, he doesn't fake a reaction or throw a wrench, he simply turns the camera off. Real, groundbreaking engineering takes intense concentration. When an engine fights back, he has to sit down, draft a solution, and physically hand-fabricate a fix. That process might take weeks, and so the channel goes quiet. But when he finally uploads, his viewers know they are getting 100% genuine problem solving. He proves that you don't need to manufacture drama to be interesting. Pure authenticity and mastery of your craft are more than enough. He isn't a content farm churning out daily videos. He's a master craftsman documenting real work in real time. When things get complicated in the shed, the YouTube channel simply has to wait. At the end of the day, Alan Millyard's legacy goes far beyond the Guinness World Records, the multi-million-dollar auction valuations, or his permanent exhibits in the Barber Vintage Motorsport Museum. He is, at his core, a custodian of traditional, hands-on engineering in an increasingly digital world. While modern manufacturing relies heavily on automated computers and CNC machines, Millyard continues to inspire a massive global audience by showing what a singular, dedicated craftsman can achieve with old-school hand tools, a cup of tea, and an unimaginable amount of patience. Whether he is reviving a sentimental classic from his childhood or building a gravity-defying behemoth from scratch, Alan Millyard reminds us that the golden age of grassroots, shed-built engineering is still very much alive and well.